Hello, good morning and welcome. This is forexforsteadyprofits.com. We use the Commitment of Traders report and the RSI to time our entry into the markets. And I'll show you the Commitment of Traders report and show how we use it on the charts. Okay, I'll just take you there now. Okay, this is the Commitment of Traders report in a graph form. So as we can see the history and the positions of the commercials here in red and the speculators in green. And what we're looking for is the commercials to take an opposite position to the speculators in an extreme position. As you can see from the past, whenever this has happened, you've had a sell-off. And what I use then is the RSI to time my positions in. We've had this really large divergence here, and I can go back years, and it's sort of like an extreme position. So I'm expecting to see a very big sell-off, but we use the RSI just to time the position in. Okay, so this is the Australian dollar US dollar chart for the same period, and we were looking for the Australian dollar to short against the US dollar, and from the from the RSI chart we put a trend line up, and when we got a break, we actually went short, and we got this nice move down here. The RSI came down, it sort of went up again, and we got another high there which got broken, and we got this very big move down, and then we had another move back up, and we got a sell signal here which gave us another move back down. On the Members Center, I do a divergence chart. I've got a divergence calculator which I use on the crosses, and the crosses give us a slightly better result, I believe. But anyway, that's the way I use the CFTC and the RSI combined to give me my entry positions. And we'll be looking at that over the coming weeks. Hello, good morning and welcome. It's the Friday, the 24th of November, just after 7 o'clock, and we'll start with the AUD USD. We've had a little bit of a pullback on this. I think it might just have a little bit more to go, just below the brown line here. So we'll see how that goes, but you know, I think we might have a little bit more of a pullback there. We've got a short ratio of 2.68 to 1. Obviously, the new figures are out tonight, so be looking forward to seeing that. Right, pound US dollar. We saw a red candle yesterday for that. I think this is quite a good sell position where the pound is at the moment. I haven't traded this. I wanted the pound to come back right the way down to the 129 mark, and that's what I would have seen as a good buy. Unless it does something fairly extreme, I'm not going to be getting into this pair. USD Canadian dollar. I think over the next couple of weeks we're going to see quite a bit more strength in the dollar. None of the figures coming out for the dollar over the last few weeks have been sparkling, but they have been fairly robust. We're around the 50 on the RSI, slightly below. So we'll see how this goes, but I'm not expecting the prices for the oil to continue the way they are at the moment. We've got a meeting next week for OPEC, where they're going to say they're going to continue with the cuts. But basically there is a glut of oil. It's a speculative, a long position. They're going to get caught out, and that will affect the value of the Canadian dollar. And I think we'll see this pair rise on that, but I might have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to get what I want out of it. Euro dollar, we've seen a little bit of a rise the last few days. I think this is going to fade. It's coming up to fairly heavy resistance at the moment, so we'll see where that goes. We are well, we're well above the 50 and we've gone flat, so it does look a bit like it's stalling, and we'll see how that goes. USD, Japanese yen, had a nice red candle come down, so that was really good. I'm expecting more weakness on this. I see the Japanese yen getting into a long-term bull trend. So we'll see how that goes, but I am expecting this to continue on down. We've got a commercials long ratio for 4.58 to 1. Be interesting to see the figures tonight, to see if that's increased or decreased. So well, this is Fridays, Thursdays, Wednesdays. So this is Tuesday's candle. From there, you might expect maybe the commercials to put a little bit more on. So we'll see. USD, Swiss franc. Well, we've had a bit of strength in the Swiss franc, a tad of weakness in the dollar over the last week. So we've done very well with this. I did put a second trade in and I've got knocked out of it, which is the way with stop losses, at a small profit, might I add. We're well below the 50. And now I'm expecting this to continue on down. We've got a commercials long ratio of 7.75 to 1 for the Swiss franc. So that's New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Well, we're below the 50 on the RSI. We do have a long position for the commercials. They've switched over to a long position. We've seen the dollar come down. It's gone below basically support, and now it's bounced back up. I'm basically keeping out of this to trade. I think there might be a bit more upside to it, short term, but long term, I'm expecting it to continue down. So a bit like the Australian dollar, I'm just waiting. It hasn't come back much. I expect it to come back a bit more, maybe up to the 70 mark. We'll see what happens. Silver, even more sideways movement. This is still continuing sideways. We'll look at the figures tonight, but I am bearish for this, and the commitment of traders report, they're also bearish for it. So we'll see where that goes, but I'm expecting a breakdown in the price of the silver. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Cheers.